Today, I'm going to talk about a should be asked question that I feel is probably seldom asked, and that is to a prospect: are you willing to do the work that it takes to get success in this business? It is a question that maybe you're afraid to ask when you've got somebody to that point, and before you get them started, it's like, now I need to know, are you willing to do the work? But if you've got them to that stage, I would think that they are so keen to get started. They are interested, they understand about the business, that actually you don't need to worry about asking that question. So, hi, I'm Lucy. I help female business builders to expand their team and scale their business online. This question, maybe it's because of fear it doesn't get asked. Maybe it is just because we haven't been shown as members, as distributors, as representatives of our company to actually ask that question. And it's not something that our upline, our leader, our mentor has taught us to ask. And so I put it to you to let me know in the comments, is that something that you ask in your presentation? So you've gone through, you found out about your prospect, what they want, what they need. You've shown them what the business is about. And do you then, before you go, okay, let's get you started, do you ask, I need to ask one question before we get you started, and that is, are you willing to do the work it takes to be successful in this business? And if they're not sure, then explain what the steps are that they're going to be needing to take, what the action is that's going to be required, how much time is going to be required. Now, some of that will be different for each person's business, but in many, many, many businesses, the steps are exactly the same, and not just in networking. It is going to be the same in somebody looking for people to come into their university. It'll be the same for people looking to sell houses. It'll be the same for people who are hairdressers. Anybody needs to go through these 5 steps. So the very first step, so I'll walk you through these steps so you know what they are, because after you've asked that question and the person says, well, what are the steps I need to take to be successful in this business? First of all, before those 5 steps, they need to be willing to be trained. But I'm sure you've spoken about that already, that there's going to be training, and there's going to be training calls one-to-one, there's going to be group calls, there's going to be online, there's going to be lots of training. The second thing, which again, at this point, I know I've already found out what some of their goals are at least, but I would go deeper into that. So we'll dig deep into your goals. But then once those 2 things are set, they've got some training behind them, we know what their goals are, we know what level of activity they're going to put in to reach that desired result. So it might be somebody who wants a small result, and it might be somebody who wants an enormous result. So the goals are different, and therefore the actions, although the same, don't need to be as many or as focused for somebody who just wants a little bit. So the first thing we need to do is to find leads. Are you willing to find leads, people to call, people to contact, people to connect with? The second thing is to connect with those people. Are you willing to talk to these people, send them some messages, have some kind of conversation with them? So connect. So leads, then connection. Then the next thing is, once you've connected and you've spoken with this person, are you willing to do a presentation? So are you willing to speak at a deeper level about what it is that you do? Are you willing to do that? Yeah, that would be the third thing to do. Now, once you've done the presentation, it doesn't always mean that now is the right time. And they might need to go away because of something that's going on in their life, and you need to follow them up. So then that is the fourth thing. Following up is going to be equaling to your fortune. So follow up for me is something that I do very regularly, and it's just a touch. So a touch can be, hi, is this a better time to speak about what we spoke about 2 weeks ago? Is this a better time? You said you needed a couple of months. So just touching base to find out if this is a better time. So now it's just a touch. It's just that following up, letting them know that you're still there, letting them know that you remember that they're still there and that they were interested. You're still giving them more information. By the way, this has happened now. If there's something else that you can give, there's a little bit extra. But the thing with that, there are a certain number of times to do that to get you an optimum result. And that number is 7. So past 7, you can kind of put them on a list of, I don't think they're interested anymore. They're not ready at all at this stage. And just leave a message with them. I know that you were interested and this clearly isn't the right time for you. I don't want to be wasting my time or your time. And it's absolutely fine that this isn't the right time. If it ever is, please get back to me, but I'm not going to contact you anymore. Now, they're now on a different list. They're on the not interested list, but the door, you've still left that door open for them to come back to you. They don't feel bad because they've not contacted you, and you can move on with those that may well be far more interested and ready within that follow-up system. So those are the 5 steps. So lead, they need to find leads, they need to contact those leads, they need to give them a presentation, they need to be willing to follow up, because that is really where the fortune is, and you need to be doing that 7 times. And then obviously when they're ready, you get them started. So that will be the 5th thing. This training, I didn't make it up. This training comes from a super master in the business, and that is Tim Sales. So you may well know of Tim Sales. If you don't, definitely check him out. He's got some amazing videos to help networkers to cope with objections. So do check out Tim Sales. I can highly recommend him. The other thing is, if you want more specific training on this, obviously I've actually had training on the course that I'm on from Tim Sales directly. So I've got all of the nitty gritty, so I can help you with that. So you can always come to me to get that information, and we can go through that on a call. And also with the, as I say, with the training that I'm doing, we get that one-to-one training with him as I say one-to-one group training. So he was training us as a group, but specifically for us. So you would get that as well, and a load of other things. So that's of interest, then just let me know, connect with me, and we can take it forward from there. And I wish you an absolutely awesome day. I hope this has helped, and perhaps it won't be such a seldom asked question anymore. Perhaps this is going to be one of your frequently asked questions. When you have a prospect and you've got them to that stage, they are going to be getting started with you. Just make sure that you ask that question, as I will be doing more often now as well. Having had the training, it's like, are you willing to take the steps for success and to do this process over and over and over again? Because I really want the people that come into my team to be successful. It's not about just signing somebody up and getting them started. That doesn't help anybody. I want these people that come into my team to be successful. So if that's you, then you'll be asking that question as well. Have an absolutely awesome day, and I'll see you soon.